Hey, what's going on, guys? Long time no talk. I know I haven't put a video up since I won my pro card. Was it 6 weeks ago, roughly? We've been traveling a ton. I've taken some downtime, doing seminars, just a lot of business stuff, and it's been hectic in a good way. So I figured I'd shoot a video today. So I'm officially starting my off season this week. So 6 weeks post contest, and I've just given my body time to rest and relax because the prep. I mean, I was dieting for 6 months or so I wanted to let my body really recuperate, get my health markers in a good spot. And if you follow me online on my social media, you saw that we were in Vegas, we were in Austin, and uh, and what I'm going to talk about a little bit too is because I've been getting messages on me eating only 2 times a day, sometimes 3 times a day during my last 2 weeks while I was on vacation, fasting, all these things, which I'll touch on to help, in my opinion, really helps to control things on vacation, not only for your health, but so you don't blow up, 10, 15 pounds like many people do when they take a vacation. Because my training volume was down, I just, like I said, focused on recovery and rest. So we'll touch on that in a little bit. So today, actually got a seminar that I'll be putting on tomorrow about post-contest and things you need to do post-contest, how you approach, your diet, your training, all that stuff, the mental state. And actually have someone flying, an Ifbb pro flying in today we'll be doing some filming as well, Sarah Fetcher. She's a physique pro. So I'll be training her. She actually will be training with me, and I'll actually train her on Sunday as well. So right now I'm getting ready to have my pre-workout. So like I said, I'm in full off-season mode now. So back to eating 5 meals a day, 4 meals a day on my off days, and I still fast on my off days for roughly 15, 17, 18 hours, whatever I feel like. So my current macros, they kind of vary. Today, my protein's always set at 250 grams. My carbs today will be 400. Fats around 20, 25 grams of added sources, not counting any trace fats. And then, a couple days a week, I actually post-workout, I just pretty much eat until I'm full. So no real guidelines. I'm going to keep it moderately low fat, but some fat creeps in there, no big deal. And then on my off days, only trace carbs and more fat-based diet. It's just 4 meals a day. So this has been my go-to pre-workout meal that I like, and if you follow me, obviously you see it, is I like making pancakes out of buckwheat flour. I just love the taste. I've been eating these for probably the last, God, I don't know how many years. I just love the way it tastes. So the main ingredients is just getting, go in here and stop on these, organic buckwheat flour. You can get this in any grocery store, and it's 100% buckwheat flour. There's nothing else in it, okay? I mean, because you can get these pancake mixes that have buckwheat in it, but it's not just 100% buckwheat. So I really like this. Great source. Has shown to actually help bring down insulin levels, post feed or post prenatal, however you want to say it. So I put about 15 grams of carbs worth of this. I mean, you can manipulate this very easily. You just adjust whatever your macro intake is for that meal. So I put this in there, and then I also add my egg whites to it for the protein base. So I'll do 475 grams of this for 50 grams of protein. I love my pumpkin, and just because it is Halloween time doesn't mean that's why I'm having it. I do this all year round. Pumpkin just adds that nice texture to it, to where it's a little softer. And pumpkin's great for you. Great carb source in and of itself. Good amount of fiber in it. And then I just dump a ton of cinnamon in it. I don't measure this stuff ever. Some pure vanilla extract. I get the one that's all natural and has no added syrup in it, corn syrup, which a lot of them do. And then I will add a greens powder on top of that, just because I'm not going to have any veggies with the meal. And I'm a veggie freak, so I'm going to get some of those nutrients. And then I will do a side of sprouted grain toast. Just a little more substance, and I just love toast. So this goes great with it. And I'll usually top this with a little bit of almond butter as well. So this meal is going to be roughly 40 grams of carbs, 50 grams of protein, and about 5 to 10-ish grams of fat. All right. And obviously everything's on the food scale. So we're going to zero that out. So today, just adding in about 15 grams. So that's that. And then, like I said, I just dumped my cinnamon in it. Cinnamon's great for you, so I never measure this stuff. A little more. Chocolate flavored greens powder. Get lots of micronutrients in with this. And then I always mix it up, just kind of make sure that nothing's kind of bound up when you start mixing it. And then we're going to add egg whites. So again, around 475 grams. Give me about 50 grams of protein. Then I'll just add it's about 5 grams of carbs worth, but pumpkin. And this, by the way, people ask me this all the time. Where do I get the lid for the cans? This is from a pet store. This is what you put on cat food or dog food. So it's very convenient. You don't have to take it out of the can. Snaps, keeps freshness. Easy peasy. All right, so now, obviously, you just whisk all this together. Because I get asked all the time about my pancakes, how I make them. And there's, like I said, as far as ingredients, I just adjust to whatever my intake is. If I need more carbs, I'll add more buckwheat flour. If I need less protein or more protein, I'll add more egg whites. Because they pretty much cook up the same each time, which is awesome. You can change the caloric value, but they look the same, taste the same every time. All right, so we got this cooked up. So to make this convenient, I got my 2 little mini skillets here, about 8 inches. I like this just because it makes them perfect size for me, and it comes out to be right at 4 pancakes every time. So obviously I've got this down to an art because I've been doing it for so freaking long. So let that heat up. And then pop some toast in the toaster. All right, so I make this a little quicker too. If you put lids on these, it'll help cook it more evenly with pancakes. Make it a lot quicker too. So obviously they're done. You can see they're pretty solidified. And you just flip them just like a regular pancake. Take them off. Easy. Smells good too. So I mean that's pretty much it for making the pancakes. And then I'll top them a little bit of almond butter along with my toast. So I'm gonna eat all this up and then we'll talk a little bit about vacation. Okay, so as you can see, I've finished my meal. One thing too, people ask me what I top it with, and I've always been using Walden Farms pancake syrup. Probably the only product that I like of theirs as far as taste. And you guys should know this by now. This is the same with Can't Believe It's Not Butter on stuff. This stuff is not calorie free by any stretch of the means. It's calorie free per serving, okay? So like the serving size on this is about 1/4 of a cup. So if you're using more than 1/4 of a cup at a time, you're getting calories in there. So just know that. But it's a great option for me personally. I like it. I like the way it tastes. Some people don't. You know, it is what it is. If you don't like it, don't have it. So that's what I like to use. All right. So touching on the last 2 weeks and my vacation and the questions that I've been getting why are you only eating twice a day, 3 times a day, and you're eating some big dense meals, and like I said, I actually dropped 3 pounds below my contest weight during this time period, which I got down to 189 at one point, which is crazy. I haven't weighed that in, God, 5 years. So how did I do that? Why did I do that? I did it. It wasn't purposely by any means, but my thought process on vacation, and I recommend this process to anybody that's going on vacation. The issue is when people go on vacation, they let loose and relax, which you should, but they go crazy with food. They're constantly compounding and pounding food back left and right, morning, noon, night. Processed stuff, obviously stuff that's not the healthiest in the world, tons and tons of calorie, fried foods, whatever it may be. They do that day after day after day. Their body gets bogged down, and obviously crazy inflammation, all this stuff happens within the system. Obviously you're going to gain a shit ton of weight on that, typically. So for me, and I've been fasting for a while, and I don't do it every day by any means. I typically do it on my off training days. But while I was away, since training was just kind of sporadic and I did it when I felt like it, I pretty much fasted, I would say almost every single day. Anywhere from as little as 14 hours. Now this is from whatever time my last meal was the day before. So anywhere from 14 hours up to 18 hours, 19, I would get up in the morning. I would, do my typical routine of drinking some lemon water and then sit down and, answer some emails from clients and drink my cup of coffee and just not think about food. We'd go by the pool, lay out, hang out. And it just, to me, vacation shouldn't be just about food, and everybody eats like it's going to be their last meal. So with the fasting, it obviously really helps. Like if you had a crazy big dense meal the day before, you're giving your body time for your stomach obviously to empty out, to help the cells rejuvenate, to drop the inflammation from the previous day, and just get everything up and running optimally again. Turning on your AMPK pathways, helping to keep insulin sensitivity to a good state, because you're not compounding all this food all day long. And at that point, then I would eat a meal, and I would mix between good foods, and if I wanted something for lunch that wasn't so healthy, I would have it. Same for dinner. There would be some days during the 2 weeks where I ate pretty healthy food all day long, in about 2 or 3 meals. But with the fasting each and every day, I just found that I felt really good every day. My stomach never felt overly full and stuffed like a lot of people tend to do when they're on vacation. And I think it's a great way to help balance, the calories you're taking in. Because, like with competitors and stuff, they're eating 5-6 times a day. And then they try to keep doing that on vacation, and then eating junk meals on top of that. Your body is getting, and your digestive system is getting overly stressed, and it's just compounding issues and water retention, all these inflammatory factors that happen, and your body's in more of a stressed state, and you actually want it to be in a obviously more relaxed state on vacation. So that's my thought process is, I'm going to enjoy my foods when I want it, and obviously in a controlled manner. Still eat slow. Don't eat it like it's your last meal. And then stop eating when you're content. Not overly stuffed. And, having those meals every day, every other day, and then fasting and only having 2 or 3 meals a day allows your system to reboot. And also, like I said, control caloric intake to an extent. We're not trying to measure anything. But I found it to really be optimal. Me and my wife both did it. Optimizes how you feel, your health, and like I said, keep your digestive system in a much better place. So, that's how I do almost all my vacations now. I don't worry about eating 5 meals a day, 6 meals a day. I'm not going to lose any muscle as much as people out there online think that. It's absolutely ridiculous. Your body is not going to get rid of muscle tissue that easily. Trust me. It's actually quite hard to do that. So don't be afraid of that. So to optimize things, health, enjoy your vacation. I think fasting is a good thing, and it can be the opposite. Like I like going through the mornings without eating, till like 1 o'clock or whatever. Or you could do the opposite. You get up, have a great breakfast, a few meals, and your last meal will be earlier in the day, like at 5, and then that's a fasting period too. So remember, fasting is just from the last time you had a meal to your next meal. It's not like it has to be first thing in the morning or these set time schedules. So I really think that's a great way for most people to vacation. And it's just something that I did a trial run with, found it worked great. Have had other clients do it, and it worked great for them. So why not try it? And you can actually enjoy your vacation, enjoy some guilt-free, and have a good time. So that's my take on that. And I will touch on, I'm actually going to shoot a video on just fasting in and of itself, and application and stuff with training and all that for our Muscle Bank website. So www.musclebank.com. I'm going to really start uploading more content on that now that travel is over for the most part. Things are calming down to an extent. So follow along there. I'm going to have a detailed journal of my personal things that I'm doing as far as diet and training and everything, very detailed on there. I'll still shoot up the YouTube videos like this for you guys as well. I'll try to get a few more of those up a little more often. But yeah, I mean, everything's great now. See, Turner Pro is phenomenal now in off-season mode. Looking to put on 10 to 15 pounds of stage weight. And I won't compete again until 2019. So we got some good plans ahead. So as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section. Our website and stuff obviously will be on there as well. And if you follow me on social media, you saw that we changed our coaching services up a little bit to help it be more personal and to connect with our clients a lot better. So, we're really digging in deep to really help our clients to the best of our abilities and to make coaching top notch and make it really, really individualized for each and every one that signs on with us. So you can go to our website and check that out. It's all in detail there. So I'm going to get ready to go hit some posterior chain with Sarah. We'll shoot some of that, put it up as well. I hope you guys enjoy it.